right, part 2, Psych Perspectives, GeoFucks in the building. So I spent summer of 2014 as a custodian, making $7.40 an hour with 3 college degrees. I ended up getting another job at Meijer's, which is a grocery store. It's like a super center. It's similar to Walmart, but smaller. It's locally kind of ran and owned and what have you. And I was a third shift merchandise stocker. I stocked merchandise, third shift, with 3 college degrees. And at that time, minimum wage had went up. It went, mind you, that summer was $7.40 an hour. By the time September rolled around, it had got bumped to $8.15 an hour. And because I was working third shift, I got a 50-cent premium. So I was making $8.65 an hour, which I'm thinking, damn, I'm making an hour more than what I was making in August, First of all, the cost of living continues to increase, regardless of wages being stagnant or low or being increased. The cost of living is going to increase regardless. I'm just going to be honest. So it's ridiculous, okay? Because even when wages are low and stagnant, like what they've been for 30 years and shit, the cost of living is still going up, even with them being low and stagnant. Pay attention to that, okay? So, and then at my new job, it was like the same amount of hours, because like it's so hard, and it's still so hard to find full-time jobs in this job market in this country. So I was working 25 to 30 hours a week at $8.65. And the cool thing about Meijer, though, was we were paid every week, which is another thing where I'm like, we work every day, we work every week. I really feel like we should get paid every single week and not every 2 weeks, especially when you're sitting up here paying us poverty pay. How are we supposed to be making ends meet every 2 weeks when so many of us aren't even making $2,000 a month, which is also ridiculous. Anyways, so we were paid every week, and I thought that was so cool at the time, because I'm like, damn, I always got money, But when you start looking at the fact that at Meijer's, they had us paying union dues even when we weren't in the union yet. And we couldn't be in the union at the time, because you had to be a full-time employee to be in the union. I was part-time and I was paying union dues. I will never agree with that part. I appreciate unions, but why am I paying for dues for benefits that I can't get? Okay. So had that whole issue. Mind you, I only stayed at Meijer's for 6 weeks, and then I got another job opportunity that was actually more closely related to my degree field. And it was kind of roughly the same hours, like 30 hours a week. But it was like a salary. It was a set pay because it was paid out of a grant. So I would make $500 every 2 weeks. And I thought, damn, I'm making money now, which I really wasn't making money, because, like, mind you, the previous year in 2013, I had an internship where I worked this internship for 4 months, and I was paid $10 an hour, and we were paid every week. So I was making roughly $400 a week before taxes. So I was making more money as an intern than I was after graduating and having a job. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. And that was in 2013. So we fast forward to 2014. Now I got the other job, $500 every 2 weeks. Luckily for me, I had family, my granny and my papa, etc. I had that type of support, that privilege of having support. Okay? But you have to ask yourself, how is somebody supposed to be paying bills on $1,000 a month? How is somebody supposed to be paying rent, mortgage, utilities, gas, water, heat, food, shelter, car insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, student loans, food, your cell phone, internet, childcare? How you supposed to be paying and you ain't making no money? Okay? So I stayed out of school for about a year because I was like, well, I just want to get, job experience. I want to work. I want to get my feet wet. I want to network, But as time went on, it was just one low-wage job after the next. And I was quickly seeing, like, this bachelor's degree really ain't doing nothing for me. Just like the associate's degree really wasn't doing nothing for me. And you would think, after witnessing all of this and experiencing all of this and seeing this for my own eyes, I wouldn't go back to college. But yes, my stupid ass made the horrible decision of going back to college to get a master's degree. And to this day, when I look back, I got screwed over with the associates and the bachelors. But the master's degree was horrid. First of all, grad students, graduate studies, master's, PhD, you already know, we're not eligible for Pell Grant. We're not eligible. We have to take out private loans, government loans, pay out of pocket, or scholarships. We're not eligible for Pell Grant. Which also pissed me off because I only used Pell Grant for 2 years. You're eligible for up to 5 years of Pell Grant, which meant I had 3 years of unclaimed money that I could have used for my graduate studies that I wasn't allowed to use because it's only for people pursuing undergraduate degrees, aka bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, okay, stuff like that. So that was a slap in the face. And I was eligible for Pell Grant through my mom, right? But remember, she didn't want to give up her tax information. I didn't get her tax information until 2 years after I was already in college. So that's what I mean by these toxic ass parents and these irresponsible ass parents that we have in our communities. But anyways, so fast forward. My dumb ass decided to go back to school and get a master's degree. And that's where the bulk of my student loans came from. Remember, I had roughly $13,000 of student loan debt when I graduated with my bachelor's degree. By the time I graduated with my master's degree, I had $45,000 worth of student loans, which means I accumulated over $33,000 of student loan debt in a year and a half because I started the master's degree program September 2015 and I finished the master's degree program April of 2017. So it wasn't even a full 2 years and I accumulated $33,000 worth of student loan debt. And my first job offer after graduating with my master's, mind you, I graduated in April. I didn't get a job offer until September. So keep that in mind. Why is it taking 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 months for you to get job offers? Okay, and that's another video that I'm going to talk about too. But you think about that. It's a real shit show out here, is my whole point. And this whole go to college, everything's gonna be okay. It's not, dude. You're literally sending people into massive student loan debt. You're sending them up shit's creek without a paddle. Okay? Part 3 coming up.